why we chose goats, or did they choose us? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Woo! So, in this video, I wanted to kind of go over our goats and what type of goats we have, and if they're crossbreeds, if they're registered, if they're non-registered, stuff like that, and kind of talk to you guys about what our plans are for our homestead, and being a goat farm as well. So let's go inside, because they're all inside right now, and see if we can't take a look at them. Our buck now is Max, and he just wants to rub on me. And Max is a Kiko, unregistered Kiko buck. We got him when he was, I think, 3 or 4 months old. And he is the proud papa of the 5 little goat babies we got running around. So I'll show you. Who shall we show you next? And this is Bambi. Everybody knows old lovely Bambi. And we're not quite sure what Bambi is. So, well, we got her this year when we got Butter and Belle and all them. Just based off of how she looked, I thought she was very pretty. So we ended up getting her. And then we have Mama, who is a Nigerian dwarf, and that is her son right there, who is a Nigerian Kiko mix, and there is her baby girl, who is a Nigerian Kiko mix. When taking them to auction, however, I would address them as Kiko crosses. Kikos are hardy meat goats. They can live on pasture. I mean, you could honestly set them out if you had enough acreage and there was enough foliage and stuff like that, and they would survive just fine. The females make wonderful mothers. They generally don't need any assistance, any help. And so far, we've been lucky with that too, because our Nigerians have been the same way. But let me show you another one of our Nigerians. That is Sheila. And next to her is that buckskin baby. And Sheila is a Nigerian. And that's Stacy. That is one of Sheila's babies from last year. And she is a straight Nigerian as well. So you have Frankie. Frankie is a Nigerian. He is Mama's from last year? Yeah, his Mama's from last year. He did have a sister, but she passed. And then you have the little buckskin. That's one of Sheila and Max's babies. So she's a Kiko cross, or a Kiko Nigerian. Moo Moo is a moon-spotted Nubian. She could be a Nubian cross as well, but she has characteristics of a Nubian. Then we have Butter, and Butter is a Nubian or Nubian cross. Again, she's got a little more Nubian than, or I guess her ears are way more Nubian than what Moo-Moos are. So that's why, they both could be a cross. But this baby right there, that is Moo-Moo and Max's baby girl. So she would be a Kiko cross or a Kiko Nubian cross. We also have Bo and Peep, our sheep, and then Belle. And Belle is a Savannah or a Savannah cross. And really the only reason I can't tell you exactly what the goats are, minus the Nigerians and Max being a Kiko, is we got them at auction, and we didn't get them with a pedigree or anything like that. None of them are registered. Maxie's even registered. But our plans are, as we go forward this year, is to get a couple registered Kiko does, and then just some more Kiko does, and go from there and grow our goat farm. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So day 2 out here talking about the goats and why we chose goats, or did they choose us? So initially, when we started the homestead, it was mainly going to be a hobby farm, I guess. Something where you have some farm animals and you're not doing anything with them except caring for them. And then maybe from time to time, you trade one, you sell one, and you go buy one, so forth and so on. And that's really how it started for us as far as goats go. We didn't have any intention to turn it into an actual farmstead or farm. So how it all started for us is when we purchased this property, it was, a decent sized house. It had 35 acres, and the majority of that acreage is timberland, which I really, really wanted because I love to hunt. If we lived on 35 acres and it was 34 and a half acres of timber, I'd be happy as all could be. But we have fields, out the backside of our house, and then we have the drop zone, Debbie's field, the top shelf. And these are things that I've showed you in the past, and as you continue on, you'll see them time and time again. A buddy of mine had goats, and he was selling his home, and he had to get rid of 5 goats. So he asked me, hey, do I want these goats? I was like, yeah, sure. Now, in the beginning, it was a cluster. Brought them home, and all I had was barbed wire fence. So you can imagine those goats did not stay in the barbed wire. So a lot of the time, I had to figure out a way to pin them up in the old pole barn, which is still this pole barn here. But if you go back in some videos, you'll see like I somewhat renovated it. And so we got 5 goats from him. It was just a hobby farm initially, and we wanted to have it small, so we didn't want any more babies. Well, we ended up going to this auction with a buddy of mine, PJ, and during the auction, we bought a couple more goats, and I was listening to like prices of these goats, and I was like, wow, that's crazy. Well, me and the wild one came back, and we basically set up a business plan that we were going to begin raising goats, and then we'd sell them, either from the property, at auction, have them butchered at a USDA, sell the meat, so on and so forth. And that's why now we have different breeds of goats. And over time, what's going to happen is anything that's not Kiko or Kiko cross will end up leaving the property. So now Mama will never leave. Sheila has the possibility of leaving, and every other goat that we have minus Max and Mama. Why have we chosen Kiko goats? Well, Kiko goats are a large, hardy breed of goats. And the other part to them being large and hardy, there's 2 parts to it, is the the mamas, you know, the does or nannies, once they give birth to their babies, they are really, really good moms. So they generally take no care as far as helping them birth. They keep track of their babies, all this good type of stuff. And the other part to that is they're great meat goats. So a lot of people like larger meat goats. But that's the main reason we have Kikos. And as I said, with that auction that we went to, that's when we decided, all right, we're not going to mess around anymore with, you know, hobby stuff. Get a couple chickens, get a couple turkeys, you know, a couple goats and all this other stuff. We're going to actually make this into a business. So that's what we've started. In 2020, we began prepping as far as redoing the pole barn. And in 2021, you know, we're going to fence off as much of the acreage or open fields that we have. So the drop zone will be fenced in, the top shelf will be fenced in, and then coming off the back of our house, we're going to kind of fence that off so the goats have plenty of room to go and do whatever they want to do. And we'll keep the does and nannies separated from the buck and the wether. And Frankie is nothing more than Max's companion. He's not serving any other purpose on our homestead other than to be a friend for Max. It's just that simple. So, but let's go take a look at some of these goats again. Hey, baby. So these two right here, they're Sheila's. And this little baby right here is jet black. I mean, she is so beautiful. And anytime I generally come in here, she wants me to pick her up and pet her and all that stuff. She's precious. And then that little buckskin back there, he's got a soft spot, or she does. She's got a soft spot in my heart. I just love her color. Looks like her daddy. But these two will be sold probably in the next 2 months. So if you're interested in Kiko Nigerian cross doelings, you know, the email's down below. You can contact us. You can send us a letter. That information's down below as well. And then we can talk about it. And then, of course, you got Moo-Moo's little baby and Moo-Moo and all them. But you can see they all live out here in harmony. We got stuff set up over there for them to play on. And Donna and Midnight have knocked some of that stuff out. But that's all right. We'll get it fixed up in 2021. Oh, Midnight, you got you a friend? Who's that? Oh, that baby goat thinks your little hanging thing's a teat. Oh, and that's one of Mama's babies. That's the... and that's one of Mama's baby girls. Well, her only baby girl this time, but oh, hey. So that's kind of all about our goats, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I have fun making it. I love talking about our goats. I mean, they're so precious. They all got different attitudes, and I just love it. It's amazing. But that's gonna be it for this video, guys. If you could, one last time, go over there, hit the subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs down. Give me some wild comments. Y'all look crazy. I love you. We love you. And we'll see you on the next video.